We're currently using a 24-channel analog soundboard. There are a couple problems with that. The first is that we often run out of channels on a Sunday morning. The second is there's very limited monitor outputs, which mean the vocalist and instrumentalist can't hear themselves well. We record the service directly to CD, and that's a challenge as we try to make it go digital on the computer for Facebook or iTunes. We'd like to move to a digital board with more channels, and this has a lot of features that will make it great for our church. I talked to Ben Cobb of Church Solutions Group.
The reason that digital is so nice is because it's really user-friendly, and you actually have the option that you can save different presets so that things aren't erased or they can stay the same, or you can always recall back to them. So that's one reason why digital is so cost-effective and easy to use.
Our lighting controls leave much to be desired. The lights are either all on or all off. We have no way to dim the lights in the sanctuary. We also can't turn on or off individual lights, and specifically light different parts of our stage, especially for kids programs and things like that. A digital board would allow us to do this, as well as aesthetically lighting things so that the stage just looked nicer. The board would be smaller than the one you see here, but have the same basic effect. We would be able to turn lights on and off, to dim them. We would be able to have different colored lights, and it would look really nice. Ben tells us why this is.
Lighting is so important because it really can add to the effects of your stage and your people, and it really actually affects the emotions of people. So it's really important to have lights, not only, but a good board that can control the lights and do exactly what you want them to do.
One stipulation of the gift we've been given to get new sound equipment in the sanctuary is that we work with a reputable company that will put this all together to really sound good. Church Solutions Group is an example of one of these companies, and they're able to really put things together in the sanctuary so that it sounds good and it looks good. I'd encourage you to check out their website. They've got examples of their work, which include Willow Creek Church in Chicago. We're still reaping the benefits from taking a team to a worship conference a few years ago. Arts people really need to get filled up in order to give that back to the congregation. And taking a team to the National Worship Leaders Convention will give us that chance to get filled, get excited, and to bring back a sense of purpose as we lead worship for our congregation. There's just no way to say it other than the fact that our sanctuary is not a visually appealing worship space. The wood is pretty, but the brick is drab and gray. There's nothing that says joyfulness about it at all. Now in the Bible, God was very specific when he planned worship spaces for his people. He made them beautiful. The temple was lovely. He said in Exodus chapter 26, "Make the tabernacle with 10 curtains of finely twisted linen and blue, purple and scarlet yarn with cherubim worked into them by a skilled craftsman." It mattered that things were beautiful. We would like our sanctuary to have some updates that would make it visually appealing. We wouldn't want this when we could have something far more lovely. And here I am in our AV room just to demonstrate the equipment that we often have problems with. There are times when we actually have to jiggle cords just to get pictures on the TVs out in the lobby for people to see. These things here, generally you come over and you tap this one, and if you give it a good enough tap, generally it turns on. So as the tech guys say, we do need to replace some things. After we get done making our sanctuary sound good and the platform look good, I have a feeling the carpet in the pews are going to start looking pretty worn in a few years. The carpet especially has many worn spots, and we just need to get a quote to get that replaced, possibly go a laminate on the stage, and get the pews reupholstered or buy some padded chairs. The multi-purpose room has been a great space for us the past 7 years and is used by almost every ministry in the church, yet it presents challenges for the sound and video system. The Kids Hope Ministries, the sports camp, have trouble hearing, and when the youth meet in there on Wednesday nights, they actually have to go to another room in order to see videos. We need a space where the outdoor club, the sports ministries can meet without the cooling system kicking on and sounding like this. With a removable stage, some sound equipment, and maybe moving the screen over, we could have a great meeting spot for all sorts of different ministries. The following diagram shows a similar size space the Church Solutions Group worked with. By putting the stage in the corner and chairs on diagonal, they were able to use it for all sorts of purposes. It looked nice and sounded great, and our multi-purpose room could look similar. Caledonia CRC has always been a church that did the best they could with the resources God provided. In the past 50 years, as the church grew, the building grew. Just 7 years ago, the church responded to the need for more space for the needs of the children with more classrooms, a nursery complex, and the multi-purpose room. Our call now is to communicate in the language spoken by this generation. We need to communicate God's timeless message skillfully using crisp audio, a beautifully designed, well-lighted worship space, and technical resources that will benefit all the ministries in our building, as well as those searching for God outside it. We desire to serve God with excellence as we worship Him in spirit and in truth.